Hello, everyone! My name's Stefan Botanist Cool. Today, I'm here with the Ace Attorney expert herself.
Katie.
And she knows everything Ace Attorney related. In fact, she knows who the killer is in this case.
This is true. I have played the game before, ergo. That's unlike most of your statements, that's a completely true statement.
I'm like, what? I'm thinking to myself, what ridiculous statement can I say this time that Katie's gonna absolutely refute? And then I was thinking to myself, would it be funnier if I just said the most reasonable statement and knocked Katie off her guard for a second? With being like, holy shit, he's actually right. Let's get into this. And I think we're on the latter. Oh yeah, we're fucking not. Now it's the committee's bullshit. Something about the committee this, committee that, committee these nuts, yada yada.
Yeah, so last time we learned all about why she did what she did. Exactly,
yeah. She wanted to coax out the real killer, who seems to be Carmel Gusteau. Because he went for the body of Artie Frost. Because the body of Artie Frost was hidden in the I forgot what that is. I forgot which fucking constellation. It's Taurus and Gemini. The Gemini constellation work. Because that's where he probably hid it 18 years ago. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna go do it. So he tried to open it up and he ended up poisoning himself. Which some could argue was his fault. And it was just security, you know? Wink, wink, hint, hint. Even then, you know, she's only gonna get like an attempted murder charge, right? Like, how long is that gonna have her in jail compared to like the 18 years of bullshit that Samson Tangaroa was put through, you know? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was like, because of all the bullshit that happened with Samson, she also didn't trust that she could go to the police and get things settled, right?
Yeah.
She was basically like, I have to blow things up and so that this doesn't get like lost.
Exactly. Okay. Okay, in Canada, well, if using a gun in Canada, the minimum for attempted murder is 4 years. In the United, why? I'm looking for like a U.S. law. Why are you telling me Canada? Hold on.
Well, I mean,
I'm kind of curious.
this is also not the U.S. It's Japanifornia.
Good point. Japan law, Japanese law. So charge for attempted murder in Japanese law. I'm not using AI. I'm going right to here. Okay, so offenses and sentences. Causing death through negligence, up to 500,000 yen. Damaging building, causing death, 3 to 5 years in prison. Causing death through negligent in the pursuit of social activities. Abandonment causing death, 3 to 5 years. Unlawful capture or confinement causing death. I think that would probably make sense here. 3 to 7 years in prison. Inducing or aiding in suicide or consensual homicide, 6 months to 7 years in prison. Injury causing death, force, murder, aggravated murder. Yeah, it sounds like 3 to 5 years. In jail would be her. From a quick Wikipedia search. Law by Mike, if you ever see this, can you confirm, even though you don't practice in Japan and you only know the US law, can you just, like, you know, hit up some like lawyers in Japan who you know? if you know any, and ask him how long homegirl Judy Bound will be in Locked Away. But yeah, it sounds like from a quick Wikipedia search, 3 to 5 years. Don't, you know, like, I'm no expert, but yeah. Thank you, Wikipedia. You're more reliable than AI. Actually, one of the funniest things that I have gotten to see, like, online is, like, every once in a while, you'll see a law channel like Law by Mike play Ace Attorney. And they're so fucking bewildered. It's amazing. I love the reactions to, like, what do you mean you didn't give me the autopsy report this morning? What the fuck? This is such bullshit. And they're so rightfully tilted. And I'm like, these guys are in it for the long haul. And they never play past the first fucking mission because it's just like hitting all those sore spots of like, I'm so angry.
That is funny because, again, like, I don't know the differences between Japanese law and US law.
Yeah.
So.
It's so funny to
There
me.
definitely are differences, but I wouldn't know them.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, like, obviously, it does some things that are definitely not
Yeah.
Japanese law. Like, the 3-day court system in and of itself is obviously ridiculous.
It's fictional. Yeah.
Yes.
That is part of the Japanifornia law, not actual real life law. All right. Miss Bound, are you feeling a little calmer now?
Yes.
Good. Then allow me to get to the point. Regardless of attentions, you broke the law.
Yes, I understand.
Nevertheless, I understand that you did what you did in order to prove Mr. Tangaroa's innocence.
Bad luck.
Thank you for the idiot chip. Therefore, if the real culprit really is someone else, then we have a duty to reinvestigate the case.
There's nothing to suggest that anything nefarious took place in the official IS-7 incident record.
Oh, fuck off, Cavell.
Right now, there's nothing to suggest that we should take Ms. Bound at her word, either. We just tried to kill someone, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, that's true.
So our first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us, Miss Bound herself.
Official records cannot always be trusted, Judge Cavell. It says, especially since there are prosecutors who would think nothing of twisting the facts.
Your suggestion that the committee at the time overlooked just such a prosecutor. It's impossible. It can't possibly be.
I know, right? Always gotta make sure there's one of them, yeah. That's for you and your people to figure out. However, it is a fact that the autopsy report was faked, seeing as Mr. Frost's body was only just found now.
There really is something of Mr. Von Karma in you, Mr. Edgeworth.
That's not Von Karma right there. That's fucking Gregory. No. That's not Von Karma right there. That's Gregory. Yes, Edgeworth has a way of pointing and, like, Edgeworth has a... I won't call it an aggressiveness. I'll call it, like, a crit ratio because, like...
Crit ratio.
Well, think about it like this,
He
right?
has an edge to him.
He's an
It's in the
edge.
name.
He has an edge. He has an edge, exactly. Like in Pokemon. Sorry, the Komodo dragon's crossing the screen right now. It's great. Edgeworth has, like, if you talk about a Pokemon, right? Like, Von Karma was all the attack stat, right? Edgeworth definitely has a good attack stat. Crit ratio, geez, what's his crit to rate damage? Exactly. But, like, I feel like what Edgeworth got from Von Karma was that crit ratio, or that ability to get the critical points, right? Obviously, Gregory had it too, but like Von Karma knew where to hit and where to hit hard and where to pinpoint and where to like make those critical judgment calls, right? As do a lot of our antagonists and protagonists in this game, but Von Karma was especially like paralyzing for a lot of people, right? Edgeworth got that. However, what Edgeworth is doing right now is more Gregory than Von Karma, because Edgeworth is bringing up a truth and isn't attempting to like squirrel away something or prove his point or do something because he isn't. It's in the intent and it's in the effect, right? Everything Von Karma does affects himself and makes himself better. What he is doing right now, what Edgeworth is doing right now, is not for himself. It's for the case. It's for his client, and it's for the truth. Something that Gregory fought for. He may have a little bit of that Von Karma crit rate, but like, and yeah, I think he's got plenty of that Von Karma crit rate. But as I said, like a lot of characters have that crit rate. He doesn't have that Von Karma aggression and soul focus and one-sidedness. Not now, at least, you know, after, you know, that man.
So,
go on.
I will say I love how you're talking about what Edgeworth gets from Gregory Edgeworth and what he gets from Von Karma.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of interesting points I'd like to make.
Go for it.
At some point.
At some point, okay.
I don't know if now is the best time to make them.
Okay.
But I just want to say that I appreciate the analysis and it like here's something I can talk about, right? Is I talk about how I love Ace Attorney's sprite work.
Yes.
You know, and you know, obviously Gregory Edgeworth is kind of designed after Edgeworth, like on a more meta level, but at the same time, you know, you have the clear resemblances to his father in, you know, sort of like structure and hair color and all those things. But at the same time, you've got the Von Karma neck ruffles. You've got a much more stern and imposing expression on his face. Like, you can, like, he doesn't share as many resemblances to Von Karma as Franziska, for example, but, like, there are things there.
Oh, 100% agreed. There are moments where you could call out that's from Von Karma. This right now, that, in my opinion, that influence, that there is Von Karma influence in what he does right now, because he is hitting key points to prove his point, and he is hitting hard and he's hitting relentlessly, right? However, that's something Gregory and Phoenix would have also done. You know what I'm saying? They hit hard and relentlessly once they have a point to really go on. And what the difference here in my mind between the Von Karma and the Edgeworth in him right now is all about intent, right?
Yeah. I'd also say that Gregory Edgeworth has more of a Columbo type attitude where he's just like, just one more thing, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. You know that, I got you.
That's Columbo, the guy who's like, just one more thing.
Okay.
That detective.
I do not know who Columbo is, I'll be honest. I get what you're getting at, though.
I'll show you sometime.
Yeah. Gregory Edgeworth isn't as making the strike as he is being like, hey, let's quickly circle back. It's a different vibe.
Yeah, Gregory Edgeworth only kind of hits hard. Like, Gregory Edgeworth will always try politeness first.
Yeah.
And even after that, he will still be as respectful as possible.
He's a good man.
Good man. But, you know, you have, like, Phoenix, who's, like, he's not so much, pinpoint as much as sort of throwing spaghetti at the wall until something sticks.
Once he finds the right noodle, though.
once he finds the right noodle, he will attack.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not the same sort of analyzing. Like, even Gregory, like, he analyzes the situation, but it's a different kind of feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very
al dente. Phoenix is looking for the perfect al dente spaghetto.
It's more like he's throwing pasta at you, and then you get like the pasta water in your eye, and you're like,
And the pasta water that goes into your eye ends up making you cry, which ends up having a little bit of the makeup on your face strips to show the scars that was shown in that one picture it was really blurry, but you only saw the facial scars on the person because like a hat was covering it. It was like, oh, those are the same facial scars, and then he fucking gets you.
Exactly. Like, Phoenix is very smart, but he is rarely like a step ahead.
Yeah.
Like, Apollo Justice is the only time we see him a step ahead because he had 7 years to plan this shit. Like, 7 years. And we get to see what he looks like when he's a step ahead. And it is scary and intimidating.
Oh, it's terrifying.
But most of the time, he is on the back foot. And he's really good at being on the back foot. Like, that's something that Edgeworth, Edgeworth recovers from being on the back foot, but he's not very good at being on the back foot for a while.
No. It's
like, he's very quick at like coming up with counter strategies, but I don't think he's very good at like defending when he doesn't have an idea of what's going on. He needs to know what's going on in order to push forward.
He's a sprinter, not a marathon runner.
I'd say it's more he's a professional boxer, not a street fighter.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, that's okay. Fair enough. Yeah, you got street rat right going on in. Fucking comes up every 10 seconds like, oh, that's I have my ultimate power now. Gets beat down again, and I was like, dude, come on, like I fucking. He goes, now I have my real ultimate power, and he comes back up. Instead, just goes for his shot in the nuts.
I meant more that like, Edgeworth fights with gentleman's rules to a degree. Like, he did some like underhanded stuff in his dark era, but like, for the most part, like, you know, there's a match, everyone's watching, you make clean strikes for the judge, versus Phoenix is like, you keep hitting until someone goes down.
So I guess it'd be a little more accurate to say that this would be a mixture of the Edgeworth motivations and Edgeworth mentality with the Von Karma precision and strength. This moment. Because, like, again, this doesn't feel Manfred Von Karma. This is the strength and the ferocity and the pinpointedness and the precision and the attack is Von Karma and it's Edgeworth, but like this moment is so characteristically Gregory, if that makes sense, right?
I suppose. There's also to consider that Cavell probably never met or knows much about Gregory at all.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
She would have potentially had dealings with Von Karma, given that he only kicked it about like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think she's roughly Edgeworth's age, meaning that like she would have had no interaction with Gregory, barely know a thing. Like she would, I don't even think that she'd really know anything about him.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So, it's kind of like, for my parents, depending on which parent they know, they'll say I look like them.
Yeah. I think I'm taking this in terms of Gavel is attempting to
needle at him.
Yeah, to mentally harm or like throw him off his game. Because like again, my theory is right now Gavel's entire point here is to actively cover up the committee's irresponsibility with Manfred von Karma. That is my entire theory on why she's here and why she wants to literally take Judy Bound out of here as quickly as possible and divert the fact that the committee allowed Manfred von Karma to make a fake autopsy report, get a forced confession out, threaten people, etc. And when Edgeworth strikes back with the most brutally honest and irrefutable proof that the prosecutor had done illegal fake shit, all she can do is say, well, you are just like him. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of pisses me off because he does have some mannerisms and he does have some of those like things he's learned that he uses to his advantage. But this is a very much so rescued Edgeworth, a redeeming, mid-redemption. Depends if you want to say he redeemed himself after he chose death and came back. Secretly, Edgeworth actually is Jesus Christ. He died and came back
again,
three cases later.
This is the game. This is the Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Character development game. Like, if you want an Edgeworth character study,
it's here.
This game is an absolute must.
Yeah. So like,
because like I said, every single Edgeworth will be challenged this game.
Yes.
He'll be challenged on, who he is, what he believes, what he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically, he's past his dark era self.
Yeah.
And sort of, it's like, okay, then who is Edgeworth right now?
Yeah.
And that is what is being challenged, is who are you right now then?
Yeah. 100%. Still, I truly think this is Gavel's weakest attempt and most Bobcat cornered attempt, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
At trying to
I get you.
Yeah. And because literally we as the player know this is, it may have hints of Von Karma, but from like our metatextual point of view, it's also showing just how wrong Gavel is to me. Where it's just like, this is so much of Von Karma in you, and she doesn't realize how wrong she is, in my opinion. I think she's so wrong, and in her defensiveness, she is just screwing her. Not screwing herself. That's my. I mean, anyways.
Oh my.
She is just showing just how little control she actually has, and how little she has to stand on. From like our metatextual, our outside perspective point of view, I feel like she's just delegitimizing herself over and over and over again with half-worked attacks on the character of Edgeworth, where in reality, I think that simply the fact that, Eddie sees him as redeemed in his own way, or forgives him and is very much so working with him and by his side and stuff like that. I see that as like, I mean, maybe not for Edgeworth. Maybe Edgeworth is still going to have a lot more issues because it's a story and he's got to have his issues and he's got to have his thoughts and he's got to have his development. But like, simply the fact that Eddie is there and Eddie is staunchly with Edgeworth right now reads to me that the Von Karma in Edgeworth is much more negligible than the Gregory in Edgeworth.
It's just such an interesting case because in a way, like, you know, given that Von Karma did raise Edgeworth, like, the full details of what that was are interpretation.
Yeah.
But Edgeworth did admire him for a bit, and he did teach him how to prosecute and how to, you know, be a person.
Yeah.
Edgeworth was a functional person. In a way, this case is Edgeworth sort of rectifying his two, like, it might be too strong to call Von Karma a father figure, but like,
it wouldn't be inaccurate, sort of though.
Rectifying the mistakes of like his mentor. Yeah. And finishing his father's work at the same time. It's very interesting.
Yeah. I think this just, it moves. I think this just brings a very different light to the whole situation to me right now. This one fucking sentence. Because like, Gavel just last stream was an annoying, knowledgeable hindrance that I wanted to get off the screen at all costs because she's been pissing me off. Now I'm at that point where I'm nowhere near as much as useless, but I'm kind of pitying her in her lack of knowledge, understanding, and willingness to accept the fact that she has already lost, in my opinion, and that the committee has already lost. And what I perceive their purpose to be, and it may not be this, but if their purpose is to hide the fact that they allowed Manfred von Karma to go fucking wild, I think already they have lost. Winter Spears, thank you very much for the hydrate. Make sure to hydrate yourself, Katie, if you haven't already.
Alrighty.
But I think this is literally the moment where, I also hope you're doing great, Winter. I think this is literally the moment where I see now that Gavel is just struggling to hold on to this case, to hold on to what I think the plot is of her trying to save the committee's ass, and the committee trying to save its own ass. And I see her a little more pitifully now, just with that one sentence, which is why I could fucking joke about her again.
Interesting. Okay.
Because again, really, it's showing to me she doesn't understand, and she doesn't. I think that's an objective fact. She doesn't understand, which means she's so far out of her depth that she is fighting a losing case, and she doesn't even know it. She might be very smart, and she might have like book stuff to help her out, but she doesn't have plot armor. No, she doesn't have what's necessary. She doesn't have that fight for the truth. She doesn't have the want to get information. She doesn't have the, in her words, in what she might say, she is not doing right by the goddess of justice in the rawest sense. It's kind of like the people who's like, you know, who forget the love thy neighbor part. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I think that's where she's at. She's forgotten the love thy neighbor of seek the truth for the gods of justice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of pathetic. It's kind of pitiful, you know? And that's how she is going to lose. Whether you want to say that, I would say this kind of thing, if she's covering up for the prosecutor's committee, which is what I think the plot is, this is her punishment from the goddess of justice to fail so spectacularly at it, unless she chooses to redeem herself, which I do not see Gavel making that character choice to fight for the truth. In this case, maybe next case something wild fucking happens in the last and final case, but I do not see Gavel making that choice to actually follow the goddess of justice at the most simple foundational like belief of find the truth and serve justice. You know what I'm saying? Assuming that that's what the whole thing is. We don't know what the fucking religion of the goddess of justice here is, but like justice at its core is about finding the truth and punishing as see fit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's not fighting for justice. She's fighting for an agenda, is I guess the best way to put it. And I do not see her getting any favors from the goddess of justice anyway. If anything, the goddess of justice is literally siding with Edgeworth at this exact moment. You know what I'm saying? Like he is receiving those blessings. If I were DMing this and I had a goddess of truth and justice, well, if I was DMing this, the god of justice would not be on the side of Gavel. Assuming that her whole purpose is to cover up the prosecutorial committees of excellence's bullshit with Bamford von Karma, which I know is the prime assumption I am making, but it's so fucking supported by what's happening in the game that I am assuming until proven otherwise, it is the fact. Mm-hmm. So that was a fun, like, 20-minute diversion.
Good thoughts.
Yeah, that was a fun 20-minute diversion. These games do just end up being small podcasts. Shadow is a bitch-ass motherfucker, Chip. You're right. How so exactly?
By continually defying the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your needs. That's how.
What? Okay, I gotta hear this.
Perhaps it's time you understand how the committee sees this case.
Okay, interesting. The funny thing is, seeing that means we're going to present something to her that proves that she's lying. So no matter what she says here, it's a fucking lie.
The committee is willing to accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangaroa convicted as an accomplice. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the IS-7 incident is Ms. Bound.
Oh, fuck off, mate.
Her plan to poison and kill Mr. Gusto today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder.
Oh, come on. And this is how the committee sees things, is it?
It is. As always, I act solely in service of law and order.
No, you're literally acting in service of the committee right now. You just said so. It sounds to me like all she's doing is acting in service of the committee and covering up the... My boy Edgeworth, let's go! Yeah, my boy! And if I can't change her mind, there will be no saving Mr. Tangaroa or Miss Bound. You don't get to give that hot look right now, girl. That's all I'm saying. You don't get to look hot and seductive and like, in that like, I'm gonna tease you seductively way. Fuck off. You don't get to do that right now. This is the time where I get to tear. Nope, I can't say some phrases.
Continue on. You're just digging the hole deeper.
Hold it!
If you accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified the report, then why won't you reinvestigate the case?
Because the goddess of justice is never wrong.
Yeah, but you're not the
There's
goddess.
There's never once been a case that's been overturned ever.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
Not even once.
Not once.
What remains true
Despite blatant evidence tampering, you sure your precious goddess is into that? It almost makes you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting this looked into again.
Further investigation is simply unnecessary, since the goddess of justice has already spoken.
Can you bring the goddess down here and have her tell us directly, Gavel? No, I didn't think so. Is that right? Also, great objection, Eddie. Even Eddie's kind of sick of this shit. Did you see this fucking sprite there? He was just like hold on. I just want to show Eddie's sprite one more time.
Yeah.
Like, look, okay, fun, LOL. Fuck you.
Also fun how she totally sidesteps that question.
Oh no, she 100% does. Like, again, Eddie's definitely got that, oh, one more thing vibe there. Like, oh, hey, about
show
that.
you the one more thing vibe. Basically, Columbo is just about, you see, like, you, the audience, see the murder happen. So what the show is basically you see the murderer frantically try to cover things up while this bumbling detective guy just wanders in and just is sort of just like, oh, what's this thing here? And starts poking here.
You have to show me Columbo.
Like, you know, so like every time, you know, they're like, okay, I got away with it. He'll be like, he'll come back and be like, oh, one more thing.
Okay.
We've discovered this critical piece of evidence. You wouldn't happen to know anything. And it's basically not every time, but a lot of the times, it's like him just like harassing rich murderers who think they're too smart to get away with things.
I love that. That's great.
It's great.
If Rampo, who's Rampo? Here, he'd solve the case as soon as you put his glass. Who the fuck's Rampo? Is Rampo like an anime character? Sounds like an anime character.
Hold it!
I believe it was a Bungu Stray Dogs. I do not know what Bungu Stray Dogs is. What is that? Excuse me.
Oh, another thing about Columbo, speaking of dogs, though, is he has a dog named Dog.
Hell yeah, Columbo. Fucking keeping it nice and simple. It's an anime. Oh, it is an anime. Fucking Noodle's an anime. Okay. I actually did recently watch an anime called, well, everyone knows this. I recently did finish season 2 of the Apothecary Diaries. Oh, fuck, it's good. I don't think I can talk about it because it gets into some serious fucking shit. That shit, oh my god. But it is so fucking good. So I've been actually looking into like, all right, let's see if there's another fun anime I can watch. So we'll take a look at Bungo Stray Dogs. Tell me what that is about later, chat. I believe it was a confession that sealed Mr. Tangaroa's fate in the end. A confession secured by Mr. Von Karma, which should surely cast down the final verdict itself. I think that is so good.
Vincent Tangaroa confessed to the initial investigating officer, one Detective Ian Seidman. The official records state it was his interrogations that led to the conviction. Therefore, all I can say to you is the goddess of justice has already spoken.
Oh, fuck off.
Unbelievable, she just won't budge at all. Are these committee guys really that big of a deal?
Nah, they're bitches. In many ways, they are a prosecutor's worst nightmare.
It's kind of like how the police are to a great thief, huh?
Funny how you don't seem to have a problem with working with the police when it suits you, though. Good point.
Hold it!
Give us your evidence. Are you suggesting that Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound killed Frost together?
Why not? You could even imagine that they split their roles as thus.
Are you using the word imagine to describe your evidence?
She's describing her theory, not her evidence.
She ain't got no evidence, is my point! Bungo Stray Dogs is mostly a detective agency getting a new member, and some people are gifted to such have powers. It's very silly characters. I started because of an art YouTuber I always watch mentioning it. Oh, okay, I'll take it. I mean, it's cute. If it's fun and cute and joyful, I think Android it.
Mr. Tangaroa could have been the one to commit the act itself, while Ms. Bound was to remove the body.
For sure, Chip.
What? The thought that we could ever kill him. You stole his corpse and hid it for 18 years.
Okay, that one, yeah, fair enough.
Is it really so surprising that you might be considered a suspect as a result?
Miss Bound has freely confessed to all of her crimes. Now is not the time to speculate about what else she might have done in the past.
Very well, then let us pass judgment on what we know she did in the present.
Hold it!
Why would Miss Bound have chosen to frame Mr. Gusto for the murder?
No doubt because he suspected her of being the real culprit. He may have entered what he thought was the Winter Ring simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. Little did he know that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him. A trap that nearly worked.
Objection!
Do you have any evidence to support that line of reasoning?
Unfortunately, Mr. Gusto remains in critical condition. It will be difficult to prove anything until he regains consciousness.
Oh, so you want to make sure she's out of the area by the time he does, huh? Coincidence? I think not.
In other words, there is little we can do for now.
On the contrary, there's plenty we can do.
You still have not grasped the situation, have you? But allow me to spell it out for you.
No, we got a new line. Perfect. Okay. Okay, give me the evidence. Prove it. All the evidence you need.
In the matter of the IS-7 incident, we have a body, a murder weapon, and 2 suspects. As for the poison gas attack, we have the sources of the 2 chemicals and Ms. Bound's confession.
Give me 1 second. I gotta switch my... There we go. Okay. The tags on it are violence, drugs. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So even them, make sure to have a silly moment of it. Okay, valid. I'll have to take a look at it then.
And as for you, Mr. Edgeworth, we also have enough evidence to see that you yourself will have to answer to the committee in a formal hearing.
Oh, interesting. So a thinly veiled threat. What?
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Basically, you threatened me, so I have nothing to lose. That's all you did, girl. Don't worry, Malzerino. If nothing else, you're always more than welcome at Edgeworth & Co. Your Honor, I'd greatly appreciate if we could stay focused on the matter at hand.
Of course. Now where was I?
See, right now, again, this is kind of pulling back to my point of like, she's kind of, I kind of pity her now to a degree because she's having to resort to threats on his prosecutor's badge again, which are always empty as shit, but now they seem desperate. You know, it's like, don't go any further because prosecutor's badge.
Hold it!
You really mean to assert that there are no loose ends left to investigate? None at all.
All the evidence has been examined at length, and there is nothing more to be learned from them. Therefore, I see no need to further prolong this trial. This court found the defendant, Ms. Judy Bound.
Your Honor, I'm certain there's something still needs to be examined.
Hammer is about to fall, Mr. Edgeworth. Only hard evidence can stop it now. But what you think requires further deliberation now, assuming there really is anything left there, that is.
It isn't over yet, not by a long shot. There's still one thing we don't have answers to. It's up to me to point that out to Judge Cavell. Objection. 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 Take that. Alright. Love that fucking thing. Okay. So we have one thing we don't have a lot of answers to, which would be... What do we not have answers? Oh, this missing kid, first and foremost. But secondly, I mean, there's that too. We don't know whose fingerprints this are. What else do we not have? The fingerprints on the thing are the only thing I could think of that we don't have an answer for. Like, in sincerity, that's the only thing I could think of that we don't have an answer for. If well, okay, just a photo. We're gonna save real quick. I feel like what we have to prove is that we don't have all the evidence. That's my initial understanding, right? We don't have all the evidence because I think what we need to push is we have all the evidence needed to explain both the IS-7 incident and the poison gas attack, right? This one, I don't think we need to push. It's this one. We need to prove that we don't have all the evidence to explain both of them, right? Which means we need to present something that we do not know much about, and the only thing is that I can think of are these finger marks.
Objection!
And the game disagrees. Would you care to revise your testimony at all, Judge Cavell?
No.
Fair enough. Well, shit, yeah. I think we've got to present something here. That's the thing.
Look over everything carefully is my only hint.
Yeah. Chocolates. Let's see. We can look around here, see if anything. Well, you can't fucking get Judy on this anyways because it's been 15 years. It's been well over 15 years. She hasn't left the country. So, you literally... can't get Judy on this. Oh, you know what? Let's try that. You'll just know.
I want to say good point, but not that they want right now.
Yeah, I think so. I was kind of curious if that would be like if it was like a bullshit thing, like, okay, it's one of those bullshit choices, you know what I'm saying? Alright, present. My prosecutor's badge, no. Let's see what he's got. The autumn wing was dressed up to look like the winter wing. No, not you, Winter. The Winter. Not you, Winter. The Winter wing. You have a wing? You might have a wing. I don't know. Do you have a wing? The blowtorch, we haven't done a lot with it.
Objection!
No, okay.
We know what it was used for, though.
Yeah, that's true. Oh. Did I present the family photo yet? No.
Objection!
No, okay. This is the fun part of the game, guys, where you click every option you have available to you.
Yeah, go through them all, I guess.
I'm trying to make like a good choice,
think
though. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make a decent choice.
I want me to tell you what page it's on.
No, that'd be cheating.
Okay. I think part of this is difficult because it's been a while.
It's the chocolates.
I think it's not not saying it. I think there could have been a better hint in the thing about what is undetermined about a certain piece of evidence. It is unfortunate.
Okay, let's go through every piece of evidence, see what has a determination, what doesn't. So, the incident case files here. The only thing that we really have here to work on when I was going through these before, is that obviously there's no detailed autopsy report due to the body going missing. However, we already know about that. That's already been addressed, right? Over here we have the gallery pamphlet, which just kind of shows that off. The only thing that would be a little weird is the winter wing being in the autumn wing or whatever it is, right? Like, that would be a little weird, but we have evidence of, we have a reason for why. We have a reason for why this as well. Like, this is like, yeah, this makes sense, right? You know, this is like, we have a who, what, when, where, why for this, right? We have a who, what, when, where, why for this. We have a who, what, when. Do we have a who, what, when, where, why for this? I think we do, yeah. This dark shade of blue, being around such a calming color from time to time might just do me some good.
It's also just the right color for sneaking around in the dead of night. I'd need something a lot brighter if I wanted to make a big splashy entrance.
You can do both this cloth through the power of buttons, though.
Oh yeah, in that case, I'll take 5.
We have information for this. We have information for this. The ultimate cookbook, we have information for. We don't have information for these fucking fingerprints. And I presented that already, and that was not the answer. The salt lamp we have answers for. Family photo wasn't it. The lift cart we have answers for. I guess we technically don't have answers for this. We have answers for this. We have answers for this and this. So I guess let's try this.
Objection!
No. The only thing I could think of at this point that we don't have answers for. The book?
Objection!
Nope. You know what we gotta do now? Save scum.
Fair enough.
Oh, it. Oh,
Did you not load?
I did. I guess it auto saved. What? Did it auto save? It wasn't auto save. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, there we go. It auto saved on me. It's like, yeah, fuck you for save scumming. They tried to say. There we go. See, we first time, guys. First guess. What do we not have full answers about?
It's kind of a little bit like, yeah. Again, if we played more recently, I think we might remember some details about it. Like, I can't remember, but
Wait,
it's unfortunate.
if this is the Pisces statue that's bleeding out the this is a Pisces statue that's bleeding out the thing. Where the fuck's the body? That's weird. Am I overthinking
That's
this?
the Pisces statue. He was in the Gemini case.
Sorry, this is the Gemini case, right?
No, this is the Pisces case. They have tails.
Yeah, so wait, but like the Gemini case...
Does not have tails. And that's where he was.
Oh, the Pisces was made to look like Gemini. Okay, yep, okay, I fucking... Sorry.
Yes.
Yep. I fucking... Okay, yep. The framework's the only thing we don't have a lot of information on. It's fucked. Maybe the salt lamp. Maybe the Gemini case has
So
you feel free to
just
consult
read
your
things
memory.
carefully.
Read things carefully? Okay.
Read things carefully.
Which means
Kind of silly.
it's something I gotta read. Excuse me. So read carefully. I'm gonna get some more water real quick. I'm gonna slurp that shit up, guys. Slurp up your own water if you have it.
Look for.
All right, there we go. So, statues matching those made of the victim 18 years ago. They are the statues, though. Oops, wrong
You're gonna
button.
be so mad when you figure it out.
Is it gonna be my prosecutor's badge?
No.
Oh, shit. If it's this,
Again,
I'm not gonna be
I think
happy.
it's because we haven't played in a while. They could have done something to make it a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is the piece that we're missing information on. But my only advice, without saying anything else, is you just
Read.
gotta read it carefully.
Exactly how he saw it.
Objection!
Okay, I was wondering if maybe fucking Larry came in clutch again, but he never does. Except when he does.
Objection!
Nope. The thing is, like, I feel like everything has all the explanations it's needed. Nope. If it's that fucking piece of paper.
Objection!
Motherfucker. That is literally such an explanation, though.
There's one thing that still needs information on that one, and again, I think it's because we haven't played so
Fair
long.
enough. Let's see what
And
it
Edward's
is.
about to explain it, but
I'm afraid there is one question concerning the IS evidence that remains unanswered, Your Honor. Would you mind taking a look at this?
what is it?
The test results carried on the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the winter wing. As you see, traces of blood were detected. The question is, whose? So that question's answer. Oh, really? I hardly think you could have
Yeah, so
claimed
it-
to have all
like-
the evidence.
Yeah, so it's literally just, it explained all about the sugar and everything, but it didn't have any information on whose blood it was.
Okay.
And that's why I'm like, I think they could have made it more obvious that the blood analysis hadn't come back.
Fair enough.
Because, like, if you haven't played for a while, it's easy to assume, oh, we must have known it was Frost's blood or whatever. So,
Okay, yeah.
there was blood in the Gemini case? Why did I not hear about this from Eustace?
Because he's useless.
Because Detective Gumshoe informed me of the results directly. I was planning to tell Mr. Winner about it myself, of course.
You kept this to yourself until now, despite having no jurisdiction here whatsoever. Mark my words, the committee will hear about what you have done here today.
Yeah, but I'm a defense lawyer today, so... As ever, my interest is in the truth. If any mistakes were made in my past, they must be rectified. If you must report me to committee, then so be it. But in return, we must be allowed to investigate this case to the very end.
That is not my decision to make.
Oh, wow. So you're not serving the justice of God. It sounds like you're serving someone else who makes decisions.
You will need to discuss it with Eustace.
Oh, fuck off. Guess who's back, losers, and with good news, too. Oh, okay. It was a close call for a minute there, but Carmelo Gusto's alive. Gusto.
You made it.
Yeah, he does a whole bunch of yeah. You're the one. Wait, what's the voice I gave him? I gave him like a
You
higher
did a
voice.
really high-pitched voice.
You're
for
the
him,
ones
which
who
is
found
really
me.
funny. I love it.
Yeah, long time no see, Gusto. You're the attorney's assistant. You've grown, and you have assistant of your own now?
Assistant? No, I'm...
He hasn't got the gig just yet. This is Gregory Edgeworth's son.
Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service.
Fate moves in mysterious ways. I'm in your debt. If you hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be here to thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be able to ask what really happened 18 years ago.
Huh? What are you talking about? We figured out quite a bit while you were out cold, including the fact that you're probably the guy who offed poor Artie Frost.
The look of someone who's innocent.
What? Is that true?
Miss Bound set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murderer, a trap that involved rigging the Pisces case with poison gas. Perhaps in light of the fact, you could tell us in your own words what happened back then. Or perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent.
Oh, it's not that. Gusto here's a fan of the old meditation. You know, and that jazz.
Wow, sleeping while standing up seems pretty cool. That's one heck of a talent.
Except there's no sleeping involved in meditation, Kay.
Hey, Gusto, old pal, how about you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back when? I was caught in the girl's trap, so I must be the killer. Is that your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here.
Indeed you are, Mr. Gusto, and there's no evidence that you have done anything wrong yet. Mr. Edgeworth and Mr. Fender are merely speculating. Rest assured they have no authority here, and you may pay them no heed.
At least somebody seems to be on my side.
Judge Verity Gavel, it's a pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I will assist you in any way you may require.
Wow.
Perhaps you could begin by explaining what actually happened 18 years ago to Mr. Edgeworth.
Fine. You want me to prove I'm innocent, Mr. Prosecutor? I'll be happy to.
So this is how you need to play it, Judge Gavel. You're hoping Mr. Gusto will help you hide what happened instead of trying to correct the record.
I believe only in the infallible judgment of the Goddess of Justice.
No, you don't.
Except that it's us humans who make the actual judgment calls in the court of law, and so long as there are those who would use the law to their advantage, our rulings are fallible indeed. If you would use your position to further obscure the truth, then neither she nor I will forgive you.
We shall see about that.
What do you advise, Judge Gavel?
It would seem that you are under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas. Specifically by opening the Pisces case's lid. Would you be so kind as to share why with us?
Understood. I came to see Frost's sculpture. Simple as that. I made the mistake with the opening times and arrived half hour early.
Miss Bound, was there no one at the reception desk around that time?
I had left the main entrance unguarded and unlocked, just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up to the gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. But I did make sure that all the wings were locked up tight. All except for the autumn wing, that is.
I see. She did all that just to steer the culprit into the autumn wing, which is precisely where Mr. Gusto went.
Sneaking into a building's pretty suspicious, however you slice it.
Okay.
Silence in the courtroom.
It's not a courtroom.
Open it. No objections or interventions unless there's some evidence that the witness is lying.
God damn it.
The courtroom? You know this is an art gallery, right?
Yeah, Kay! Get her, Kay!
Mr. Gusto, if you could please continue by explaining why you opened the Pisces case.
I wanted to see Mr. Frost's work up close, so I went to the Gemini. Sorry, I guess it's supposed to be the Pisces statue. And I saw that the lid was frozen on tight, so I grabbed a blowtorch nearby and tried to open it. Then I finally got it open and gas came pouring out.
Fascinating. His is the sort of flawless testimony attorneys can only dream of.
Yeah, everything sounds like a lie kind. I am none too satisfied with Mr. Gusto's explanation myself. Alas, there is no evidence to... Come on, there must be something.
It's Bounce Test's story you should be questioning, not mine. I'm the one who set up... I'm not the one who set up the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with that thing. She turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you believe the self-confessed criminal?
Miss Bound is far from blameless in this affair, and she will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost's killer.
You seem determined to pin Frost's murder on me, but I have no reason to kill him. And you have no evidence to prove otherwise.
Can we really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth?
Mr. Gusto fell victim to the poison gas, that much is indisputable. Yet no matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing more about the past.
Yeah, but then what about you, Mr. Fender? There must be something we can do.
You're right. We may not have evidence, we have plenty of intel. Let's see now. If Gusto killed Frost, then he must have had a reason.
He claims not to have a motive, but that can't really be true, can it? We're gonna use logic.
If he did, he has one. Not many people commit murder just for fun. In fact, your old man had a little back and forth with Fun Karma about probable motive too, remember? Yeah. Fun Karma wouldn't let us talk to Gusto back then, but we can now. If we put the pieces together, I think the picture we're looking for might just emerge.
Yes, I think you might be right. I need to think back over everything we knew about the IS-7 incident, especially the questions that never got answered.
Yeah, okay, so now they're fucking bringing the finger marks in.
Miss Scone denied the finger marks on the frame were hers. What if they were Mr. Gusto's? Perhaps he had wanted to take a look through the Ultimate Cookbook for himself.
Okay, I don't know.
My father noticed these things for a reason. I just need to piece them together correctly. In the absence of evidence, it's the only way to the truth.
Alright, before we do some of this, let's take a quick break so I can use the restroom, get some water. And then we're going to go in and have a little fun and see how this all goes. Sound good, everyone?
It's good.
Alright, see you guys in a bit. Peace.
See you in a bit. Bye.
So I heard the Komodo dragon go through, and I love it. He's just kind of vibing, enjoying his life. We're gonna switch back for a little bit back on over to the Ace Attorney from our boy. But yeah, let's connect these shits together. We're ready. We got the murders, motives, and the cooperation ending. Boom, we connect that shit nice and easy.
Bada bing, bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Mr. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to create works of the goddess together, did you not?
Huh. So you know my little secret. I'm kind of giving him a little bit of what's his fuck's voice.
We'll make him go even higher then.
Whose voice?
I was giving him a little bit of Eustace's voice. I'm like, oh, no, I'm giving Eustace's voice. No, we're gonna even go higher. We're gonna go fucking Mickey Mouse high at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the designs while you were in charge of the flavor, is that correct?
What can I say? I still have a long way to travel on the road to becoming a master confectioner.
But you only collaborate up to the semifinals. Something changed after that.
We both wanted to show what we could do. Show that we were better than Tangaroa.
Objection!
Then why did you help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final?
What grounds do you have to say that?
Your own statement made to Mr. Von Karma 18 years ago. You told him that you had been working together right until the very day before the final.
Yeah. we can skip the yeah.
Objection! It's me, Von Karma! So why didn't Mr. Frost help you in return? I submit that your relationship broke down for some reason, and that became the basis for your motive for murder.
Look at how it was. Sure, we stopped working together, but it was all perfectly friendly. Especially with this attitude I'm giving you right now, trust me.
Stop working together in a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay.
Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I just strolled into Tangaroa's room and killed Frost? I couldn't have killed the man while Tangaroa was working on his chocolate pieces, could I?
No.
So, you see, it can't have been me.
I wouldn't be so sure. There must be a window of time where Mr. Tangaroa wasn't in his room,
Which was when he was getting the up.
If I can prove that, I can prove that Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. Frost.
Oh, okay.
That's not quite right.
All right, so my second option was remaining exposures and wanted the cookbook, taking pictures of the actual cookbook itself if you could have. That was my second thought. So I was like, oh, maybe this is the time of the murder one now because he only moved.
Photographing the cookbook's contents would be the perfect way to steal its secrets undetected. And what if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if he used Mr. Tangaroa's camera to photograph the book?
It'd be the perfect crime. So much better than stealing it and getting chased by the cops.
A sneaky snapshot or 20, huh? That could work.
The only question is, when would he have done it?
Good question. What about during afternoon tea? Didn't Delicia say that Gusto and Frost had missed out on that little tea party they had?
Which brings me to the next question. When do we know for sure Mr. Frost was still alive?
Nobody saw hide or hair. Frost had secluded himself in his room. Okay. Nope. Dear, I could've. Yeah, she went and ate a whole bunch of stuff. She went and ate a whole bunch of stuff. Before the end of the afternoon tea. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Then we connect those two.
We can be sure that Mr. Frost was alive until the beginning of afternoon tea, making tea time the only window in which Mr. Gusto could have killed him.
Are you satisfied with Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Edgeworth? You
Fuck
surely
no.
haven't been coming up with an alternate theory in your silence.
Sadly, I'm afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied. But things are starting to become clear, and the truth will soon come to light at last.
You mean to say you have uncovered new evidence?
Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up to us about it instead.
Oh, is it mind games time again?
She's like, it's ready. It's time to go into the chess dimension.
It is, Mr. Gusto. I have a question for you.
You heard mind games and spaced out.
I said I have a question for you.
Yeah, what is it?
You chose to make your entry for your final on your own.
I told you I wanted to test myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world.
If that were the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. So tell me, Mr. Gusto, why did you feel the need to team up with Mr. Frost? Enter the chess dimension, Mr. Gusto.
What is it?
Domain expansion, chess dimension.
Once I introduce you to Columbo, I need to show you a video my friend sent me that is the Columbo dimension.
The Columbo? Is this just a rip-off of the chess dimension?
Could be. It's more of a nightmare realm.
It's more
Made
of
by
a
a YouTube poop edit, but
Oh my lord. I love the chess dimension, but I hate the chess dimension so much. It's so good and bad. 18 years. Go on.
no, I just burped, so excuse me.
18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in the confectionery contest. But why did they work together, and why did they enter the contest in the first place? That's the information I need to get out of my opponent somehow.
I wonder what he has defending him. Oh, shit! That's a rook, a bishop, a pawn, and a queen.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, no shit.
Mr. Gusto seems to have a habit of pretending to sleep when things aren't going his way. Let's start by focusing on why he chose to work with Mr. Frost. By my hand, now's the time to dig up the truth that was buried all those years ago. Mind chess.
Edgeworth's domain, yeah, Edgeworth's domain's expanded, exactly.
Mr. Gusto, what inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost?
We were acquainted before the contest. He was interested in entering the contest, so we decided to sign up together.
And your decision to pair up as a sculptor had nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills.
You don't know me. We joined forces because we wanted to make the most perfect creations possible, that's all.
Bide my time. Because the hint was when he's asleep, you push.
Frost's son and mine were in the same grade in school, so we got along pretty well too.
Oh, so you were just two friends who happened to try for the title of World's Greatest Confectioneer. Pretending to be asleep when the going gets tough won't work on me, I'm afraid. Mr. Frost was a sculptor, Mr. Gusto. I doubt he cared so much about winning a title for confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in the contest, wouldn't you say?
Fine, it was me. I wanted a title. Frost was only in it for the prize, the ultimate cookbook.
I see. And as your objectives dovetailed so neatly, you decided to work together. But then something happened, a breakdown in your relationships perhaps. If so, I want to know why.
Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell after my brush with death.
Fuck off, mate. Give us your fucking, thing.
Push me too hard, and I'll be on my way back to the medical room.
No way.
Then you better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerously low on patience.
Mr. Gusto is trying to desperately make his escape, but he's not going anywhere yet. Not as long as he's keeping things from me, we'll figure out what he's really after next. There's no time to lose. I need to pick up the right line of questioning and fast.
Oh shit. Alright, there you go. Let's blow your heart up. Oh my god. No. We can't do that yet, Lord Falconis. He needs to survive long enough so that Judy doesn't get thrown in for his crime. Oh.
Yeah, time goes faster. You got a little bit faster. He's
Yeah.
impatient.
You had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure the title of World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much.
Now you're insulting the way of the confectioner. My goal was to win that title. I don't care about anything else. You have no idea how much it
I
would
will
have meant to
literally
me.
cause every single Ace Attorney case so that I can be the world's best confectioner.
That's fucking wild when you put that, like, when you bring it down to that reductiveness. It's fucking wild that, yeah, he wants to make the best sweets, therefore he caused all of Ace Attorney to exist.
Yeah,
That's fucking wild, man.
it's so funny.
Look, my sense of design may not have been up to snuff back then, but you should see me now.
Oh, so you've improved.
You bet I have. I didn't do all the training in Jingfa for nothing.
Phoenix tinfoil hat, yeah.
I looked up Tangaro, you know, spent hours pouring into designs of his work. He even used to watch his show with my son.
Oh, it sounds to me like Mr. Tangaro's work is especially influential in your early studies. With his recipe book, you might have even become the best someday.
Maybe. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that. Any confectioner would have wanted it.
Are you going to sleep?
So you claim that your only goal was to win the title. Yet you also seem to have an interest in the contest prize, the Ultimate Cookbook.
The greatest collection of recipes by the world's greatest confectioner. I can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. And even if I did, what exactly was wrong with that?
Nothing, I suppose. Only that the book contained recipes for medicines, not desserts. And everyone who entered the contest supposedly knew that. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. Can't let him step away from my grasp now. I just need to stay calm and keep the pressure on. Next, let's find out why he wanted the cookbook.
I think we gotta go a roundabout with him, right? I don't think we could go directly hit him. I think we gotta make him, like, admit shit off the side.
So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help you with your own creations.
What else? A book like that could have improved my craft tenfold.
You could have made a lot of money if you sold it.
I don't know much about what's actually in there. But it was worth more than money, I'll tell you that.
Come now, Mr. Goose. I think you know more about the Ultimate Cookbook than you claim.
They told us a little about it at the start of the contest.
And you know what kind of recipes were actually contained in it, don't you? And that they weren't dessert recipes at all.
I see you did your homework. Fine, so you know what was really in there. The Ultimate Cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give it a proper title. It's a collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize new medicines nobody's ever heard of.
I want him to make, like, because he has, like, those little crystal glass sugar things. If you made it into the medicine, so many people would take their medicine.
So he did know the cookbook actually contained recipes for medicines. This could be an important clue to hit the next one. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was?
What kind of question is that? It was a collection of Tangaro's recipes. There wasn't a confectioner in the world who wouldn't want to get their hands on it.
Time to deploy my clue. Your designs may have improved thanks to your training in Jingfa, but you clearly didn't do enough work on your skill of deception. You've already admitted that you knew the Ultimate Cookbook was a collection of recipes of medicines. Therefore making your interest not gastronomical but pharmaceutical in nature.
You going to sleep?
You're a confectioner, Mr. Gusso. You had no professional interest in revolutionary new medicines, which suggests that your interest must have been personal.
His son's sick. His son's sick. His son's sick.
I underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest. I needed one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick.
Hey, did I call it or what?
He was. Tell me more.
That's none of your business. I've told you as much as you need to know.
He looks rattled, but I can't let him off the hook. Let's find out what this mystery illness was. I'm kind of curious what it is. I've almost got it to the bottom of this. I can feel it now. Just a few more moves. Tell me a little bit more about your son.
He what?
Oh, he's dead. Oh, fuck, man. His son passed. Shit.
And you entered the contest in order to help him.
You clearly don't have children of your own, and any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help him. Anything. He would come to see me here at the contest venue too, right up until the semi-final.
Really? He didn't get in the way of your work? If you were trying to beat Sandleford Tangaroa, surely you didn't have time to look after a child.
Yeah, well, I want to do what I could for him. He said that he wanted to always be the first to try my creations.
Shit. Shit.
You said your son was sick, Mr. Gusto, and he was able to come and join you for the contest?
I know, it's such a weird one. If I don't get it, okay, we got it.
It wasn't that kind of illness. Nothing life-threatening anyway. Oh, so he's still alive.
This feels like it could be an important clue. So you needed the cookbook to cure your son.
Yeah, nowadays you could get the medication he needed anywhere. Heck, was it fucking cold? The cookbook was our only hope. Which is why I didn't dare waste my time on the fancy tea parties. I had to give my all at the work.
What about Mr. Tangaroa's work? Surely that tea break gives you the perfect opportunity to steal a glance at it.
And what makes you think I had the energy at the time to care about what others had made?
I think you've made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tangaroa's work. What's more, if you were that determined to win the ultimate cookbook, I seriously thought you would have passed up on an opportunity to take a peek at the competitors' entries.
I had plenty of chances throughout the contest to see and sample my rivals' works, you know. Every time I did, nothing seemed to have any flavor. You can't taste anything. Must have been nerves or something.
Nothing Mr. Gusto had any flavor. That seems like it could be an important clue. Could you tell me the name of your disease your son suffered from?
You're a really cold customer, Mr. Prosecutor. Isn't it enough that he was seriously ill? Why would you force me to tell you more?
Time to deploy my clue. You've already shared with me that your son's illness wasn't life-threatening, so why are you so reluctant to share any further details?
It may not have been life-threatening, but that doesn't mean it hadn't been life-altering.
I see, that must have been very hard on both of you.
Of course it was. That's why I did everything I could to find a cure. We were desperate. He couldn't taste anything. Not even his favorite desserts.
I understand that the Ultimate Cookbook contains the recipe for a very particular medication, one that Mr. Tangaroa used to cure himself of his own taste disorder.
So he had it too?
Two, you say? So your son had a taste disorder then, am I correct?
How did I let that slip?
You've been asking me to believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son, but was that really the case?
Of course it was. What are you saying?
I'm saying that I'm not sure that's true based upon everything you've told me. Time to deploy my clue. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. It isn't easy not being able to enjoy your food. You should know, after all, you just told me you'd experienced something like that during the contest. You said that nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those were your words, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder.
God, this queen is lasting a while.
A confection.
Yeah, queens are difficult.
Yeah.
A confectioner without a sense of taste, not exactly ideal.
So, like, out of curiosity, is there like a consistent numerical value of how many like hits you gotta take down for each one? Like pawn being one, or is it,
I don't think
or is it just
so.
symbolic?
They're kind of just like cyclops.
Okay, yeah. So they're symbolic. Okay.
Are you sure it wasn't actually your own condition that you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto?
I had enough of your speculations. I managed to just find in that contest, made all of my own entries no problem.
Sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting your own testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost had worked together during the contest. It's too late to claim you did it all on your own now. You would have us believe that you're a man of principle, a dedicated student to the confectioner's art, yet you abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. Also, you could cure your own taste disorder.
You got me, Mr. Prosecutor. As you said, my sense of taste was shot. My son's. That's fine. I'd kept it hidden for so long, 18 years, and nobody knew.
Sadly, you can lie to others, but you can't lie to me. Both Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entered the contest hoping to obtain the ultimate cookbook for the medication that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder, and the money would bring to Mr. Frost. Thus, an uneasy alliance was forged. And that, I believe, is checkmate.
Mind chess checkmate.
I'll admit it, you're good. I never told anyone any of this, but you figured it all out anyways. It's true, 18 years ago I developed...
Agesia?
Probably.
Agesia!
What's a Agesia?
It's a taste disorder that makes you so that you can't taste anything at all. A confectioner's worst nightmare.
Mr. Fender, is this what Mr. Tangaroa had as well?
No, the big man had what they call dissociated taste disorder. Basically, some things you can taste fine while other things had no flavor at all.
So he suffered too. Can't have been easy. That one there wasn't a way to cure it on the market.
Which is why you need Mr. Tangaroa's cookbook. Do you admit now that the real reason that's the reason it's a contest?
It was only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I say I wanted a title. When I put my mind on something, it gets done and I won't lose to anybody. I may not be able to taste it then, but I still knew my stuff good enough to win.
Oh, so you went into the finale thinking you stood a chance of winning?
Of course.
What was it that Fender said about what Mr. Tangaroa thought of Mr. Gusto's creations?
For balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both accounts.
You were told your entry for the finale was far from the prize-winning taste sensation you described. What happened then, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day?
Fine. You want me to talk, I'll talk, but you're not gonna like what I have to say.
Ooh, interesting.
Frost and I were working together up until the semifinal. I handled the flavor, he did the designing, but I wanted to face Tangaroa on the final on my own. No help, just me and my skill. So I helped Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone. If it didn't taste good in the final, that was on me. What can I say? I lacked training. And that's all there is to it. Happy now?
There don't seem to be any obvious contradictions in his testimony.
Yeah, not that I thought of. Not that I thought it'd be easy to get anything real out of him. You managed to not let slip what's really happened for 18 years after all. Why don't you try pushing him a little bit, Mauserino? See if you can't shake him with something loose.
I think I might just have to, Fender. In other words, you have to push Q to push the push button to push the suspect by pushing him.
Shit, where do I have to present? Where should I present, guys?
Frost is in charge of designing the work you both submitted while you handled the taste.
Yeah, he was a sculptor and a craftsman. His sense of design was second to none. But he was clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. We each did what the other couldn't.
Boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetics. Not even for the simple stuff.
I mean, he has that pretty good. How do you like me now?
The national symbol of Zhengfa.
Oh yeah, it's a phoenix. That's awesome.
I'll say, pretty different to the stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago.
Behold the fruits of my training! I've dedicated my whole life to my craft. But back then, we needed each other's help, so we joined hands until the final.
Was this Kismesis or whatever it is? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hold it!
You were serious about winning the title then.
Of course, the art of confectionery is my life. Why wouldn't I have wanted to be crowned the greatest? But I still had a lot to learn back then. Guess it's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch.
But the title was the only thing you wanted. There was the cookbook too. And you wanted the book even more than you wanted the title. Is that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled!
Oh, fuck you.
That's you.
Excuse me. Sorry.
all good.
I had a chip.
Oh, okay, all good, all good, all good.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are badgering a witness who is still suffering the effects of today's attack. He's brain damaged.
Brain
How dare you
damage.
do this to this poor innocent man?
Yeah, Gavel's here still. But now she's kind of a little more pathetic. We talked about this earlier, Falconis, but
Meanwhile, Eustace is T-posing in the corner.
yeah, basically. She's resorted to personal attacks on Edgeworth instead of like actual logic a few times now. So it's just kind of like, yeah, she's a little bit more pathetic now.
I cannot allow this harassment to continue.
I understand, Your Honor, but...
Ignore him, Mr. Gusto. You do not need to answer that vile prosecutor's question. But please, do continue your testimony in your own time.
Yeah, you look, Gavel, you look so, you and the person next to you look so innocent together like this. You're definitely not hiding something. What if Gusto's actually on the fucking Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence? Somehow.
Hold it!
So you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? But he helped you up until then, correct? It's a bit strange to stop so late in the contest, no?
Strange or not, it's the truth. Could be that he had his reasons too, I wouldn't know.
If he's lying, he's gonna be a headache to prove. 18 years is a long time, not unless that gizmo dress is a built-in lie detector, K.
If I did, I'd have stolen the show from Mr. Edgeworth long before now.
Don't worry, Fender, I can tell when he's lying. No doohickey as assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto, continue your testimony.
This is where I wanted to press to start with, because like, if I recall correctly, the flavor was fine. It was the design that was lacking, Gorilla said.
And yet I heard that your creations prior to the finale scored highly for their flavor. So what went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on the day?
No, nothing like that. It was, I told you, I had a taste disorder. That's the taste failed me. It was as simple as that.
But Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on its flavor. Your sense of taste hadn't failed you then. Something happened overnight.
I don't think he's going to spill any more beans, Mr. Edgeworth.
Then perhaps I should ask him about something else.
Alright, see you later, Falconis. Guys, just so you guys know, Lord Falconis has been streaming a lot of Uma Musume recently. He's really into horse girls now. They're like his favorite thing now. He keeps sending me horse girl memes. With Mayano Top Gun and Nice Nature, a lot of them. He's really into horse anime stuff now. So like, if you like Uma Musume, check out Lord Falconis. I'll give him a quick shout out. He's not a big fan. He's not a big fan of Ghost. Like he doesn't actually care about games like Arc Raiders or Phasmophobia. He's becoming an Uma Musume streamer. In fact, I heard that if he gets like a certain number of followers or whatever, he'll buy a horse tail and horse ears to celebrate, and that he is gonna parade around as his favorite Uma Musume. This is all fact, by the way. This is not my this is definitely not me making shit up on the fly. This is all just fact. Like guaranteed, right? Right, Katie? You know that. You saw Falconis' stream, right? Where he said that?
I saw nothing. I know nothing.
Damn. Alright. I think it has something to do with the guy's kid, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think it's something to do with the guy's kid, because the guy's kid kind of went missing at the semifinal too. You do you, buddy. Yeah, you do you, Falcone. It's like no shame on, you know, not caring about the horse girls, you know what I'm saying? Or caring about the horse girls. Like a lot of people like the horse girls. I still do visit the game at least once a day at this point. I restarted it. I've been min-maxing the shit out of my skills in that game. It's not much better than Genshin in terms of, like, you know what I'm saying? It's still the same.
We all have our gacha weaknesses.
Exactly. There was, to my knowledge, there was never a in all seriousness, I'm actually not too sure if I'll continue after dealing with my own total gains, because I got a bit of a thing about gambling. Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's absolutely valid. Like, years ago, we're not gonna stop it. Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. Gacha games are very... You gotta be careful with them. And it's important.
If you have a gambling addiction,
yeah,
it's best to just avoid them.
And not only that, if you just don't agree with gambling and the concept, that's also something to avoid. Like, Star Wars has fucking gacha games now. I hate them, but like, it does. But like, you know, if you're against gambling, if you're against that kind of stuff, gacha games are not for you. Do not fucking play them. If you want to be with Forest Girls, Uma Musume might be for you if you're okay with the gambling part of it. But like, but yeah, no, gacha games are not for everyone, and I do not recommend anyone get into gacha games per se. But yeah,
I've not played I've not played the Horse Girl game.
Yeah.
Do you actually do like paid polls in that?
You can. I don't. So the thing for me with Uma Musume specifically, we're switching topics now. It's great. Hey, out of curiosity, how much longer of the game do you think we have? If it's like,
I think we need to lock in if we want to finish it, and I think it's best if we finish it.
Okay, so I'll just say this. I've never paid for Uma Musume stuff. I don't have an interest in the characters in any form of significance to pay for anything like that until Agnes Tachyon gets a new costume, in which case I'm going hard on the Agnes Tachyon costume, because goddamn do I love Agnes Tachyon. She is funny as shit. She is a maniacal, psychopathic, researching asshole, and I love her. Is she actually psychopathic? Probably not, but still, you get my point, right? She's fucking insane. I love her. So for Agnes Tachyon, I will not spend money. I will spend all my carrots on her, and that's 35,000 carrots, which should guarantee me a pull.
Is something changed between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto?
Not really.
Oh, fuck off. Oh.
Hold it!
So you really completed your finale without Mr. Frost's help?
I may not have had the designs to lean on, but I knew I was still solid with the flavor paper. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna post on. Yeah.
The visuals were the only thing that changed between the semifinal and the finale.
You sure, Gussie pal? Gonna have to call you on that one, I'm afraid. It wasn't just the looks that got big thumbs down. It was the trash on flavor too.
Doesn't sound like much like a winner to me.
Exactly.
So this comment, Mr. Gusto failed on flavor too.
I was expecting Eustace to jump in like, winner?
An 18-year-old mystery, and the key to unraveling is finally in my grasp. I just need to remember everything my friend told me about when he...
Yeah, okay. So I need to... I'm wondering what happened to the kids. I think I've mentioned it a few times. I'm worried about what happened to the kids.
Objection!
Did somebody say winner? Yeah, exactly, Chip.
I can think of one significant difference between the semifinal and the finale, Mr. Gusto. Your son. This is him in the photograph, correct? You told me that he was here with you up until the semifinale.
He was. What of it?
What indeed, he was here with you until the semifinale, until he suddenly wasn't for the finale. It isn't suddenly your work went from being lauded for its flavor to being lambasted for it. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father, he was playing a much more pivotal role than that.
I just wanted him to see me hard at work, to show him that I was trying my best for us. Who knows, maybe it was him being able to help me so much in his early rounds.
Trump's a good game, but nothing about this guy screams super dead to me.
Indeed, thankfully we would only have to give such an idea credence if his story were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Mr. Gusto prided himself on the flavor of his creations, but then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards after such a devastating loss, nonetheless. I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on, but that wasn't all he was here to do, was it?
You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor, but why not trying answering for yourself for change? What was the elementary school doing here other than to support his father? To taste your creations, duh.
Whoa, wait, to make or taste? It's probably to taste, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was make too.
Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto.
He was my biggest fan, of course he knew it.
In which case, he would have been a good judge of whether or not something tasted on brand, so to speak, no?
What are you implying?
You've already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder.
Yep, we just saw that a second ago. We gotta lock in, game.
It's been a week since we played.
Game, we gotta lock in. Game, we gotta lock in.
Game, we gotta lock in.
No one knew about your condition. Indeed, I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to collaborate with you if he had found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creations tasted good.
Wake up.
Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste testing your work.
Dang, now it all makes sense. Raw stuff tasted good because it was actually finished the day before when the kid was still here.
You have a vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. But do you seriously believe I trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know, even back then.
Did you know?
My designs may not have been much to write home about back then, but I always knew my work tasted better than anyone else's. You think I'd risk everything by putting my reputation on the hand of a child? This is just more speculation, that's all it is.
In that case, I ask to speak with your son this instant. Let's see how much of his story he could corroborate.
Sadly for you, my son is no longer my concern.
What?
What?
As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight to Zhengfa to start my training. And cut off all ties with the kid for good.
What?
Father
Oh,
of the year.
father of the fucking year. Holy shit. Hey, this is the guy you want to defend, Gavel? Where was that mommy energy you had before? That's all I'm saying. I think here, she's gonna abandon uses in the same way this guy abandoned his kid, probably.
What?
You abandoned your own child.
And that ain't the half of it. No one knows where he is, even now. The cops looked all over for him, but no dice.
So, still think you can prove your asinine theory? I'd like to see you try. You think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. I got a sense of taste back. What do I need? What need do I have for a son?
Silence in the courtroom.
Yeah, Gavel's gonna be like, yo, that's totally valid, dude. I agree with you.
Mr. Gusto's words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part.
I'm just saying, is there a small implication that he just like locked his son in a cage and like left and then like this? He was saying my son was a lot, and I am worried his son's fucking dead.
Also, justice cannot judge him for that.
Yes, she certainly can. There's something called paternity fraud and child support and shit like that. You bullshitting liar.
Therefore, Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat.
Yeah, give it up. 18 years is a long time for anything to survive now. Surface now. Prove her otherwise.
Child neglect too. Yeah, child neglect is a fucking law.
Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something. If we don't, the truth might be lost forever.
Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? That's the last piece of the puzzle, I'm sure of it. Once we know whose blood it is.
Hey, Miles, sorry to cut in on your mind palace time. As we all aware, this game loves to toss legal theory aside when it's convenient for the plot, yeah. But I was pondering something myself. Our friend Gusto didn't come here just to check up on the body, did he?
You mean because he tried to open the case?
Exactamundo. Think we have anything that might explain why he tried to do that?
We might. The Detective Gumshoe could make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence.
That's quite enough idle chatter, Defense. Now, if you...
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, sorry to keep you waiting.
Fuck. I can't believe he made it back. I was trying to hide all this stuff and commit absolute corruption, but god damn it, the detective is back. Speaking of the devil, I might actually keep his salary at the same level for once. Never raise it, though.
Never once raise it.
There you have the test results, Detective.
Yes, sir, the lab just got back to me.
Detective, please, court is in session. Now then, am I right to assume that you are bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of?
What?
Oh, no.
What? Hey, bad luck. There you go. What? No fair. Why didn't anyone tell me about any of this?
Is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It's needed testing. I asked him to carry out.
What in the... Why is everyone always helping you? I'm supposed to be the one in charge here.
Mr. Winter, I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say?
Well, all right.
So, Detective Gumshoe, what did the test results have to tell us?
You're not going to believe this, but the owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is Carmelo Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack.
What was his voice like again?
Very high-pitched.
What are you talking about?
Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, it looks like my suspicions were correct.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Explain yourself. What's the significance of this blood to the case?
It's only the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 instance has been trying to hide all these years.
The
The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood lying right next to Mr. Frost's body.
Why would there be traces of your blood there? Of all places, Mr. Gusto.
Oh, he's gonna go to sleep now, yeah.
If you won't answer her honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case, there was traces of salt and sugar too.
There were?
And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work that was very allegedly very salty indeed.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about when Delicia told us back then, right? What was it again? The harp strings. Yep. Harp strings, yep.
Yeah, the lyre, and only the lyre, tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry.
Very interesting. Then perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt in the lyre come from?
Fuck. Oh.
Take that!
This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident?
Indeed, and I believe that the salt that gave the lyre its flavor came from such a lamp. Mr. Von Karma had established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangero's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost, and it was stained with his blood, but no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangero's room.
Right, because the culprit had chucked a piece of chocolate with that into that little stream.
Furthermore, aside from the lyre, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either.
Hey, come to think of it, the lamps were found in Delicia's room were both broken.
Yeah. We never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but are we thinking maybe if it had Gusto's blood on it at some point? Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police. So the killer needed to hide the blood somehow in a way that he wouldn't arouse suspicion.
And you are suggesting that the lyre was used to do just that?
I am. It said that the bloody salt was somehow applied to the lyre so it'd be hidden inside the case.
Oh, poor Delicia Scone. Oh, ill. Oh, no. Poor Delicia Scone. She's probably in the back like, ew. Oh, God.
Because unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he would have waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the lyre undetected.
Then the reason he's here today.
18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer had been taken away altogether. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both would resurface one day.
So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try to cover his tracks.
Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? You're the one responsible for the IS-7 incident.
Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you, that Samson.
There's like one last thing we gotta beat. Gusto!
So I finally got. Oh, he's actually just gonna say, okay, yeah. So I finally got caught after all these years later. Nobody came close back then, not even the big shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you.
You admitted that you murdered Artie Frost.
Sure, I do. I did it. I killed him. But he had only himself to blame.
What do you mean by that?
He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other one use the cookbook. But on the day of the finale, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost, we had a deal.
Oh, sorry, I'm not helping you in the finale. Our little agreement is over, Gusto.
He's French, right? I just insulted every.
Sure.
I insulted. Wait, hold on. Artie Frost is French, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hold on. He's French, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's French.
Something like that. I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's French. So like, let's insult every French person and give him a French accent. Yeah.
But I helped you. I spent all day yesterday making those ices for your pieces.
Did you? And could you prove that, I suppose?
What do you... Wait, you were planning on betraying me from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the finale by myself. And like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either.
So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts.
Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I give up everything to become the best. I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand.
You're right. I don't understand. Do you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? That you abandoned your son?
I love him calling out, you could never understand what it means to sacrifice everything to try and become the best.
Yes. Good fucking point.
Very good.
That you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things?
A man can't afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the finale. And in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why.
Why would you think that? What exactly happened to your son?
How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. And according to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either.
You don't care? You're horrible.
Yeah, he is.
So if his disappearance, you too... So too went with your chances of winning.
Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that book, and that's what the inspiration struck me. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tangaroa's room. It should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed to get out of there. But then Frost showed up.
Oh, I thought I might find you here, stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, huh? Tut tut tut.
Frost!
Was this a cure for taste disorders? Oh no, that's just too tragic. A confectioner who can't taste anything? What do the people say?
If you tell anybody, I'll...
You what? You can't even tit me, you miserable worm.
Why, you... Frost shoved me hard when I went to punch him, knocked me clean off my feet. Wow, shit. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been where when my blood got on it.
So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt.
When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped off all the bloody bits. I dissolved those salt shavings in some flavored ice mixtures and brushed it all over the harp.
And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish.
Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep him quiet about my condition.
So you decided to kill him.
Yeah, I guess I did. I want to let him live. Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew blood first. Makes a solid case for self-defense, don't you think?
So that was the impetus behind it all.
Anyway, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room. Went straight there and once I figured out how I was going to hide the bloody part.
Inspired all by the ice sculpting tools lighting around the place, I guess.
You're not as dumb as you pretend to be.
You know what? I respect the fact that Gusto does recognize Eddie's pretending to be dumb. I don't think fucking Gavel's recognized that yet. Not in full, at least. Like every once in a while, it's like, shit, he brought up a good point. But I don't think Gavel recognizes how much of a threat Eddie is, you know what I'm saying?
Once that was done, painting all the stuff over the harp was easy.
But why Samson? Why did you have to frame him?
I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault, you and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and cloths back in Scone's room?
There's only one reason to plant the murder weapon in the room of another contestant, and that's to cast suspicion on that person.
What? You tried to frame me, Gusty Pants?
Yeah.
But why? Why poor old me?
I respect the Tangaroa. He was the best, a true champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work isn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh my gosh, that's fucking insane. Holy shit. I know I dunked on Gavel for being a zealot. This man's insane. He's an insane fucking zealot.
He's insane. We'll do anything. We'll cause all of Ace Attorney to be the best at sweets.
I want to make the best sugary treats. I'm going to ditch my son, do a murder, get Edgeworth Sr. killed, and start all of Ace Attorney just so I could do good sweets.
Can be the best at sweets.
Yeah. Fucking insane. Holy shit.
Oh, Dusty, how could you?
And had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangaroa was judging your room. That's when I'd sneak in the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, Bound had found it before I had a chance to retrieve it.
I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all?
Why indeed?
Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Frost's body?
Pass off as an ice sculpture, right?
Mr. Gusto needs a freeze in order to pass it off as an ice sculpture.
Is that really why?
Guess not.
Now look what you've done, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Bound's so lost in her thoughts she's frozen up.
Sorry about that. I guess that wasn't it.
Oh, fuck off.
Please stop teasing me, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Gusto needed to freeze his bodies in order to obscure the time of death. If they had determined the murder occurred during the afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect.
Bingo! Freezing the body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time.
But you need to figure it out yourself. Yeah, see, here's the thing. It makes sense, but like, anyways. This was one of those, I was like, I guess it could be
It's the only reason for why he needed to freeze the body. Like, he didn't make, like, why did he make Frost's body look like a sculpture in the first place? Well, because he had to freeze it.
Yeah.
Why did he have to freeze it? Because he had to obscure the time of death. Like, that was why he wasn't propping up the corpse for fun. Although it does sound like something he would do. That's not it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair fucking enough.
So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaroa's room. I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding space. Never count on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse.
I still don't get it, though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all?
The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of the freezing would have on masking the time of the death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it at least until it had fully frozen.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder.
Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got it out of his room. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have been arrested, let alone convicted.
You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson?
No, it was fucking Von Karma's fault, Bound, not yours.
It was all because I found the body?
Don't let him get inside your head, Jude. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Delicia instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto.
It didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. I never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. He never even told the prosecutor the body had vanished.
Till that Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Mr. Tangaroa under arrest in the absence of a body.
I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right?
Not as one has been deliberately distorting the case of facts, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until the arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record. So he kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangaroa regardless.
Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? Somebody spent 18 years in prison because of you.
Sticks and stones, girlie, sticks and stones. What a jerk, I oughta arrest you right now, pal.
I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, detective.
So you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did.
No, you do not count for that because you went off to a different country. Therefore, the statute of limitations has not run out for you.
The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me.
What? Why? You just confessed to murder.
No idea, huh? Then I guess I'd better lay it out for you. I killed Frost 18 years ago. The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. You do the math. You can't arrest me. You think I'd confess otherwise?
Oh, we're gonna have so much fun with this.
That's right, the statute of limitations is only 15 years. Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth?
Nah, homie, we got this. We fucking got this, girl. Like, we got this. Don't worry even about it.
Okay. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that both Mr. Gusto's confession and your defense will have to be struck from the record.
That's not what that means at all, bitch.
And that Mr. Tangaroa's conviction will remain in place.
So, you serve the goddess of justice. but you actively get a murder confession and you decide, fuck you for that? Fuck off, woman.
But we finally proved that the police never had Frost's body in their possession. And even if we can't regress Mr. Gusto, surely Mr. Tangaroa has grounds to retrial on that basis.
Does he be so sure? I'm afraid that the goddess's judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine.
So the committee means for their verdict from using the stand no matter what.
Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor.
Must be something we do, something to bring Gusto down.
Yeah, there is. Don't worry. I've already called it out.
Objection!
Are you kidding me?
You need to...
Press him, probably.
yeah.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute may not have expired yet.
This ought to be good. All right, I got nothing to hide. If there's something you want to ask it.
Very well. Tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident.
Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from that book. Not long after that, I went to Zhangfa to really buckle down homemade craft.
Well, we gotta call out the other yada yada yada. I just want to get this guy fucking arrested.
Could be I left, let's see, around a year after the murder. That was before Tangaroa's last day in court. Going to Zhangfa was the best thing I ever did. Flavor design and full package now.
And all on the backs of those lives you destroyed.
What's an abo if I had a few eggs? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor, nothing.
You're evil.
Take the stones, girlie. You can't arrest me, and that's all that matters.
I need more to work with. That's just something I could get on him. Maybe I could push further on the statements he just made. Is there anything I should follow up on? I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Zhangfa, if you don't mind.
Fine.
I became the best in the world.
Tell us how long you were there for.
Hold it!
Zhangfa, and you were there for a while, I imagine.
Yeah, I left sometime after the investigation had wrapped up. It had been meaning to go there and start my studies for a while. Tell us how long. And thanks to the hard work I put in. My designs are now world class. I'm useless. You like
I mean,
it?
to be
It's
fair,
yours.
Compared to his designs before, it is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But I was just saying I'm useless for Eustace because he's useless.
So you spent some time in Zhangfa training.
What?
Objection!
There we go.
The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. Is suspended should the suspect flee to another country, which means that the time you spent abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute.
No way, it looked like someone hit pause while he was in Zhangfa. It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet. That will depend on how long you stayed in Zhangfa, Mr. Gusto.
It was 3 years exactly.
3 years, hold on. Nobody says anything until I've done the math. The murder happened 18 years back. Statute of limitations 15 years. Add the 3 overseas.
15 plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means no way. Mr. Edgeworth, you did it! The statute hasn't expired after all.
Here. Bingo, 18 years exactly. Glad you worked that out for yourselves.
He's been stringing us along the whole time.
Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now.
Nope. Hate to break it to you, but little sis, but Act 7 went down at the end of December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. If Gusto stays in Zhangfa lasted 3 years on the nose, it's not enough, or a few months short.
Not enough, but...
What did I tell you? You can't touch me.
I hate to admit it, but he'd read the board. He's read the board well when he made his confession.
How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth.
Except for the fact, and let's bring up the second fucking clause here that we're just going to call in the second. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. If they were indicted... Anyways, you get my point. There's a whole another year there.
If only the statute had been suspended for another year. Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. You, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed.
No. There must be something else I could do.
I knew it. If the law can't bring Mr. Gusto to justice, then...
Dudes, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's no need to go adding to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here, far from it, because there's still a way we can nail him.
There is.
Alright, Malzerino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the case. Gustav overlooked one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongfully about.
Which is?
He wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down that day was. Which means that there's still one way left for us to crack open your statutes for dummies there, yeah. 17 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. But if we make good use of that verdict now, we can pay Gusto in full for what he's done.
Fender, are you?
Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson's my client, Miles, and I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this. And I can't bring myself to use the source of pain as a weapon in this fight. So whether or not we play our last card or not, it's going to have to be up to you.
Nah.
Yeah, the game's over, guys. Bye.
Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So, should I raise an objection and play the card or not?
I'm raising an objection.
My father, Mr. Von Karma, one sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow, the one that seeks to reveal the truth.
This court has reached its final verdict. The court record will state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty on all accounts.
No, Your Honor. Mr. Camilo Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished.
You mean to suggest that you have more grounds upon which to call for his arrest?
I do.
It's this one.
Take that!
Very well, is there a particular page of the IS-7?
Fuck. 2. No! I chose the victim data. Fuck.
Rep.
Is that the right one? Oh, suspect data. Fuck. No. Yeah, let's just skip this part.
Yeah, just skip by it.
I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice, and it took around 1 year for his indictment, from his indictment to the verdict to be reached.
Yes, that does seem to be the case.
The book you gave us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country, and another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial.
What? Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice?
Yes, he was. Yep, guess you were in Jingfa when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is good news to you and not good news either, am I right?
But how can that be? Tangaroa wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it.
Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in pleasing such a fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. If you spent 3 years in Zhengfa, And your accomplice, Samson Sangoro, is on trial for 1 year. It means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, statute of limitations hasn't expired at all.
The goddess's judgment is infallible. But that of her servants, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry.
Yeah. Fuck you.
No! How could this? You weren't supposed to be able to.
18 years, that's a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. Time to pay the piper, Gusto, and not a moment too soon.
But I'm finally the greatest. My place has been recognized. I gave up everything for this.
And now your freedom too, bud.
More is the pity, but you can't run from the law forever because the bills come due at last.
Where's the explosion? There it is. Oh, God. Oh, that's a sick-ass statue, though. That's a sick-ass statue, though.
Pretty awesome.
Mr. Gusto's all set up for his trip downtown, sir. Good, which means it's your turn next, right?
I suppose so.
Judes.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I've caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last.
I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your action, Miss Bound. But those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return on behalf of the prosecution.
Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all, starting with those sculptures.
Hey, Jules. You think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. And there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Oh,
I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Bender.
oh.
Sorry, ma'am, but you gotta come with me now.
Of course.
Larry's sitting there useless as always.
Judge Gaval, why did you lie to us?
Lie? What are you talking about?
You implied that there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true. Surely anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called that one as soon as the body was found.
I am under no obligation to answer such questions.
And clearly you have no intention of doing so either.
Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence.
She doesn't serve the goddess.
As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. Now, I must be on my way.
To commit more crimes and cover-ups. Yeah, I got you. Literally, she is in such a pathetic state that all she can do is threaten him personally. She can't, she's literally saying, I'm going to HR because you were right.
What the heck? And after you caught the real killer and everything. Is that what prosecutors are supposed to do?
Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth!
Yes?
Why did you stick your nose in this case anyways? You weren't even on the job.
My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winter.
See, okay. This is why I made that comment before that you kind of were like, oh, what? About? Like, this is why I think that maybe if Eustace had the right teacher, he would have been decent. I think he's asking out of sincerity. here, right? I think he is legitimately trying to ask the question and be like, hey, why did you do this? What is your purpose? And I think under the right circumstances, it could have been a question that he could ask, or I don't know if he will ask this later, or if this will be a question he'd ask, but like, how can I learn from that? I think right now, Eustace is doing his own little cocoon thing. I don't know if it will result in him becoming a beautiful butterfly, or if he will just
become a mushy mess.
Yeah. But, and also, one thing I do want to also point out is something very interesting about his design is that he's never put his hands through the red jacket. Like, he wears it on his shoulders as if one day it could fall off. You know what I'm saying? And
I like that observation.
And on his breast pocket, there is the scales, right? I would not be surprised if somehow he worked in defense after this, because he's specifically where. So Luke Skywalker in Episode 6 has a black coat on him, a black clothing on him, until the very end, where you see that on the bottom, on the inside of the black clothing, is always white to represent his temptation to the dark side, and then his like return to the light, right? I'm getting similar vibes off of Eustace. Not that it's necessarily good versus bad or light versus dark, but it feels the color red is typically associated with the prosecution, typically, while blue is typically associated with defense. Or I think in this case, it would better be associated with, for him at least, like, I don't know. That's where my thought is right now. I feel like he will eventually shed, because here's the thing, right? That prosecutor's badge he's got is on the jacket that could fall off his shoulders very easily. But underneath that jacket is still like this law symbol, the symbol of balance and truth and justice and all that bullshit. So the reason why I think if he had the right mentor, he could have been good is because with Gavel, he's trapped and infantilized to the point that he can't make the honest questions he wants to do. I think this is like the most sincere and honest questions he's given us. And I think this is a little taste of who Eustace truly is and not just who he's used as. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because all we know him as the infantilized little like piece of shit that he is.
Yeah.
And that's specifically because of Gavel.
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
But
you love him.
I think I've said it before, and I'll say it again. All the antagonists challenge Earth in one way or another.
Yeah.
Or shed light on some aspect of him.
Yeah. Eustace included. Yeah. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if Eustace becomes a defense attorney or leaves prosecution in general and maybe even works in some other form of law or becomes a judge or something like that. I do not. I expect him to literally shed that prosecutor's badge. I do. I fully expect him to shed it.
Very interesting.
It's on his shoulders, and it's so fucking weak. He raises his arms up a little higher. Like, if he raises himself up just a little higher, literally raises himself up, raises his arms up, or reaches for the sky for, like, potential or whatever, that thing falls off. That is not on him tight. He's never put his hands into the actual sleeves of being a prosecutor. He's never fucking embodied it. I fully expect him to shed it. No, not expect. I would not find it surprising if he shed it, is the best way to put it. Will he?
Gotcha.
I don't know. But I would not find it surprising if he shed it, because I think that eventually what we're going to see is we're going to see Eustace without that jacket, and he's going to have just that blue on him. Maybe he still will be a prosecutor, but he'll be better along the side of like how Edgeworth is getting better. Or maybe he will find his own redemption in some other way. But I feel like this is the first question he's asked us that is actually developing his character beyond piece of shit, annoying asshole who's being infantilized and used by the Prosecutorial Excellence Committee and of fucking course, Gavel.
Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person.
I don't get it.
I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner.
That's going way over my head. I'm going home.
See, he's not overreacting here. He's actually thinking. Like,
The thing is Eustace, like, Gavel cuts in a lot.
Yeah.
Eustace is out, like, obviously he's smarmy and he's like, actually, I'm the winner, so I don't
Yeah.
have to listen to you. But when Edgeworth is saying something like really like meaningful and important, he usually listens.
he does. This is, in my opinion, the first time, maybe not that he's listened, but the first time that he's engaged in sincerity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I feel that Eustace right now is saying like, it is going over my head. I need to process this. And I don't think he has that like ability to express the fact that like he's trying to learn.
I definitely keep note of that. Especially he can't process that he's trying to learn.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Eustace is a bitch ass motherfucker.
Milesy.
Yes.
Just want to say old Greggy Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. That end, thanks for helping out poor Sammy Poople.
Of course.
Hey, Edgy, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching.
I am so curious to see the sketch.
Wait, where did Judy and Verity go?
Wow, you really weren't paying attention, were you?
Well, I loathe to admit Larry's sketches did come through for us more than on one occasion. Not that I'm going to tell him about that.
Quit with the glaring, will you? Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you.
My face is just stuck like this.
Yeah, you totally were. You just like your pops. He was a terrible liar, too.
He was?
Listen, I'm going to head out. Need to fill Samson in on what went down today. You want to come with?
Yes, of course.
Great, then I'm coming too.
Awesome, then I'm coming. No.
So what's Mr. Tangaroa like? Can't wait to finally meet him.
If he ends up being like super young again, I'm gonna fucking flip. Like if he like beautiful black brown hair instead of this white white aged hair, it's gonna be wild.
Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. That's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike.
Really? That sounds awesome. You think there'll be any left for us to try?
Did they find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? Could they have been some of Mrs. Tangaroa's baked goods?
I do not remember that.
Gummy, what are you doing here?
I heard you all were coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him. Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa.
Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service.
And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday.
It's good to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and I fought so hard for my case.
but in the end I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Miss Tangaroa. Mr. Fender has explained everything to me.
Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago.
Truth.
So glad I don't have to read it.
Judy did all that for me. Crazy kid racked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you.
Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Miss Tangaroa, I think we all know that's not true. The bond between you two has held strong for all these years after our...
You think so?
I guess I better show him. Which piece of evidence is proof that bond...
I can tell you whether or not it's correct.
It's the chocolate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Cool.
Eat those chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
They're super delicious and sweet.
Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So, there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home.
Judy. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they?
Very much so, I'm afraid. I only wish we could hand them to you.
Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later.
Which would be a clear breach of prison policy, not that I have the authority now to stop him anyways.
Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad.
Really, pal? Because I look up to him a lot. He's my role model.
You don't say. Seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Sam, for just a little longer. I should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years to get justice. Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather, thank you, truly. Samson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. I better make sure there's something delicious on this table for when she finally walks through that door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy.
The IS-7 incident's been 18 long years, but the case we've inherited from my father is finally coming to a close.
Hey, Miles, thanks for today. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that.
Not at all, I simply made the call that felt right to me.
Oh, what are you guys talking about?
You know, Samson was wrongfully convicted. We had to pretend that he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him, as his lawyer, I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned.
Yes, and I'm sure you will.
Wait a minute, does this mean that even if you are only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have gotten away scot-free?
Yep. So we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. Law is far from perfect.
Because of things like legal contradictions, right?
Yep. But you never know, things might change. The law's always evolving, just like us humans. In 7 years, some crazy guy might try to make a whole jury system here in Japanifornia. You never know. But your Uncle Eddie and Malzarino included, am I right?
The potential for growth and change in people and the law, huh? This doesn't reflect anything in my character.
So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer.
I know.
Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. And on that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts, but for now... Thanks again for today. I mean it. You're fucking waving at the wall, bud.
Well, he's given a wave from behind, you know? Do you seem kind of in a hurry to get out of here for you?
He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my father's final case. When I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. But then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not.
April 2nd, Edgeworth and Co. Law Offices. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. It may have taken 18 years, but we're finally in the position to prove Samson's innocence. All thanks to your boys, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It's like I was watching you. Ah. Look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were. Those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Ears open. Yeah! Your boy will be joining me in that soon. Aww. We have both the pictures side by side.
Am I gonna fight crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose?
And we don't know. We don't know what he'll choose, obviously. The end. Ooh.
Of that one.
No, that's it. That's the entire game, guys. Alright, we can do the rest of it all tonight, right? The whole entire rest of the game?
Yeah, we can get through 2 more episodes, no problem.
Oh shit, there's 2 more episodes?
I believe so.
Holy shit, there are 2 more episodes. Holy shit, I thought there was 1 more after this. Oh my fucking god.
I mean, listen, that case, a banger for sure.
Yeah. I was ready for like the next one to be it because like it set up the whole finale. I was like, oh, this is starting to get ready for some like finale level shit because we now have the whole thing with Verity and her bullshit starting to come out. We have the whole thing with fuckboy asshole McGee, useless asshole, like starting to like come out. That felt like such a penultimate case. What
the next case is, as you go through it, is gonna feel like a final case, let me tell you.
And then the case after that?
I mean, you're gonna go into it being like, what? And then it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I do think that episode 3 is my favorite case in this game. Yeah. Just because it has so much good stuff.
It's got some good shit, yeah.
So, like, if I were to, like, rank them, I'd definitely rank case 3, like, maybe the highest.
Okay.
But the next ones have some good stuff in them.
Oh, I am both excited and minorly frustrated that was not the penultimate case. I do not know how to describe it, but it felt like such a good time to close the fucking this chapter on Miles's life. Obviously, it looks like Kay Faraday is gonna be a pretty big like center point in this next case, but yeah, all right, we will
I'll say that after the 4th case, the 5th case does feel necessary. It's not like a why are we still dragging this on type thing.
Okay, thank Christ, because if it was another Alba thing, I actually would have. If it was another Alba thing, I would have actually told you, hey, Katie, we're not doing it. I'm not gonna lie.
Case 4 and 5 are not like it's not the same thing as what happened in The Great Ace Attorney, where it was all the same case, but they broke it up into 2 cases. It's not that. You get 2 different cases.
But they tie in pretty well and good together.
Yeah, they're very closely related, but they are separate cases. And they have separate resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
And they I don't want to say too much, but
No, that's fair. You don't need to say anymore. You don't need to say anymore.
the end of the game is good.
Fair enough. Yeah, if it was,
I think
if it,
Case 4 has some moments that drag on a little bit, but it's not in order. I don't think it's in order to extend Case 5 into its own thing. It just drags on a little bit at some points in Case 4, if I remember.
yeah, fair enough.
But not like nothing crazier than what we've done before, and I don't think anything elbow worthy.
Yeah, 'cause if there was gonna be anything elbow worthy, I would have told you, Katie, we're skipping to the good parts. I'm sorry, I can't do it again. I can't do another elbow.
The thing is, I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
There's a part where it's gonna seem elbow worthy, but you just need to hang in there, and then you can.
I'm gonna
assess
ask you to
at the
consult your
end.
memory on that one. I'm not gonna lie. Then if
Well,
I get
it's not like that. It's just gonna seem difficult, but whether or not it is difficult, it's like not gonna be an artificial. It's not, in my opinion, it doesn't feel like artificial difficulty.
okay, well here's
Like,
what I'm gonna say. If I'm feeling like it's elbow worthy at that time for that period, I might just say, hey, Katie, consult your memory for like the quick answer, so we just get through the plot at least.
I have no. Sure, I can consult things. I will say that like the overall things that happen are good.
Good.
I love this game.
That's
very much.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just like, if it's gonna be anywhere near elbow levels, I do not have the patience for that. That shit's long and gone. Alba threw all that out for me. Until we get to the Quercus Alba dating simulator.
I mean, Alba was rough for multiple reasons. Like it took so long to even get to him.
Yeah. God, I hate
And
that fucking place.
it's been a while since I played this, but I don't think that's. I think, like there's gonna be things that feel like it, but I think they do it better.
Okay.
And that's all I'll say.
All right. Sounds good. All right. If you're on YouTube watching this as a VOD, first and foremost, as a little thing I want to reiterate before we go. I think there's a lot of really interesting things happening. I've not changed my mind on thinking on disliking Eustace Winter. I will say that as he is now, I do not like him, and I think that he is a very tragic character. I do not like him. I empathize and feel that he has been done bad by the adults and authority figures in his life. And as such, he's been screwed over big time. So I feel that that is really bad for him. And he does not deserve that, even if he is a bit of a piece of shit. I feel that, as we clearly have seen, Gavel does not serve the goddess of justice. She serves solely the prosecutorial excellence committee, and I still fully believe that they are trying to cover up everything they let happen with Manfred von Karma. And I still think I think the next couple of cases will still have something lightly to do with Manfred von Karma, whether it be something along the lines of how he influenced something, or maybe it's a case that he messed up with in the past again, or something like that. I don't know if it'll be extensively directed into it, but I do think that we're going to have something to do with a Manfred von Karma level corruption. That makes sense? Maybe Manfred von Karma himself, maybe not. We'll see. And I think that in general, we're going to end up with a situation that is going to have either Eustace, I'm not going to say rebel. I think Eustace will, my honest to goodness instinct, because Eustace is going to be in the last case, obviously from that last picture. I think Eustace is going to find whatever he considers to be his wings and maybe try to do something on his own and try to actually be a prosecutor. I think Gavel is screwed this case. I think she's she's showing those like death flags that like you hear at every anime where it's like someone goes to his friend, don't worry, we're gonna make this out together, and then you know that person's gonna fucking die. You know what I'm saying? I think she's showing her career death flags with like, I think we'll see her. I don't like throughout the next two cases, obviously. I don't think she's going to be as big in the fifth case. I think she's gonna have her wings clipped a little bit. And I think something's going to happen to her in terms of maybe she gets disillusioned or she ends up becoming so untrustworthy that it's like she's worked against herself in the situation, right? And as a mouthpiece for the Prosecutor Excellence Board's committee, is like that. But mind, these are also like theories that I'm just kind of like thinking about, right? Like if I were writing a story about a crazed, like, zealot of the goddess of truth, you know? This feels like her... This is like we're almost at her story-based conclusion, right? I think she's still going to be an antagonist in some way. Like, I feel like her story's wrapping up really well in that last chapter, or started to, like, show the signs that it's wrapping up really well. And that in the next chapter, it's either going to wrap up or be so fucking close it's going to wrap up quickly in chapter 5. I'm looking forward potentially to Eustace getting that fucking collar off him, or the reins off of him, and doing what he's got to do. And I'm hoping he does. I hope Eustace, because maybe I'll be able to respect him if he does. I hope Eustace just breaks out of the chains of Gavel. I think Gavel's holding him back from actually being a decent person. Yeah. I'm interested to see where Eustace is going to go, and I hope he becomes a better person from his conversations with Edgeworth. Maybe one day, we could call him Eustace. So maybe one day we could call him not completely Eustace Winner. So he's not completely useless, you know? He's only a little useless. He's somewhat useful Winner in the future, you know? I don't know. It feels like...
So we're playing this game tomorrow, yes?
Katie's just like, Steph, you're chomping at something I want you to know. I feel like this is Katie saying, Steph, you chomped at something very interesting that you need to fucking play very soon. I feel like that's what just Katie just said.
I'm just excited to be able to talk to you about this game.
100%.
There's so many interesting themes.
Yeah.
And we are still going to get into some themes.
Oh, for sure.
We have not seen all there is that this game has to offer.
For sure. I do hope that I do hope that like something, the thing I noticed of Eustace's jacket does come, like it looks like in that last picture in the fifth thing he still has the jacket on. I do hope he just takes the jacket off though. I think that'd be fucking sick as hell. Look at me, I'm rooting for the asshole to like get out of this horrible situation which he's being held back in. At least if he's an asshole standing on his own principles, I'll give him some respect. You know? Alright, YouTube. Tell me not what happens in the game, but tell me how you like the case. Stay safe, stay Botanist Cool. We'll see you soon. Bye, YouTube.